I'll ask Castus how long he thinks will take to get to the fort.
There's a road, so it's a lot faster than traveling through the brush. Maybe 4 days?
That's what I was thinking, yes. About 4 days for each of us.
We should gather up all the supplies here, as many as we can take.
Agreed. I'll quarter off at least 4 days worth of rations.
Yeah, I'm going to start gathering rope pouches and whatever. Honestly, the tents are probably a good thing to have, so I'll probably take some of them.
Is someone going to strike Lucio's tent?
Well, considering we're leaving and he's unconscious anyway, I suppose it would be prudent to look through it anyway. I'll ask Castus's permission first.
Castus will help out, and he'll say that, yeah, I don't think Lucio would want his stuff to be left behind if it could be helped.
I don't suppose any of these decorations are particularly close to his heart beyond his, his noble birth, having a usual draw for such things.
I think, considering his condition, how many decorations we're able to stuff into the cart will be the furthest thing from his mind.
Agreed. I think we can safely leave the rest of this.
Hastus, you notice that your two little friends are over here examining the bottles in the crates.
Why is everybody so interested in these crates? Can I help you with something?
Styx rolls around, bottle in hand. What's this?
Drink.
Are you sure?
What else could it be?
Ricky says it seems fishy.
Fishy how?
Not right.
Right, well, I guess Hastus will reach to take the bottle if Styx doesn't stop.
There are plenty of bottles. Although one of the crates has been moved to the cart by Tolan and Quarrick, there are still plenty of crates left, and they all seem to contain bottles of this liquid.
Hastus will take one of the bottles up and uncork it and then waft the odor towards him with a hand.
Whoa! You'd lost your nose hair plucker, but that's been sorted now. This stuff is serious. I mean, that's serious moonshine type stuff.
So it's stuff that's drinkable that isn't like poison. Thinking about...
Hastus wonders if this would be good as a disinfectant. Probably have to water it down a little.
Styx
He'll
takes a
add it
sip.
to his bag.
Like a small sip. Yeah, we should definitely water this stuff down, but damn, it's good. Styx takes a bottle of it for himself. So, do you want to take some of this?
Already did.
Oh.
If that's all, Hastus will walk back towards the cart. So should we set out?
Probably should. So know we're at the other fort, the better.
Let's see, do we have everything? Hastus checks to see how many provisions they managed to secure. And all that other crap.
Aside from the 4 days of rations for everyone, like I said, I just gathered what I could. I don't have a list.
Styx goes back and grabs several more bottles.
Righto, I think we have everything we need. Hastus posted that note on the gate. It says, Garrison killed, Halloran dead, retreated to other fort. Hastus A.
That provides your opponents with a great deal of information.
Right. They already know where I am. My allies
Do they know
don't.
you have another fort?
Yep.
Well, if we
Not
see
exactly a
any teamsters
secret.
next time, we'll make sure to kill them first.
Hastus looks up in the air all of a sudden. What the fuck is that? He looks back down. Hastus says to Alara, if you want to rewrite it, be my guest.
No. If your enemy has the information, there's no need not to give it to him.
And he will go find Mordred. You got a minute? And he'll motion towards one of the tents still up.
Sure. What can I help with?
Hastus will stay quiet until they get in the tent. He'll whisper to Mordred, covering his mouth sort of with his hand. I think I'm being watched. Magically.
Curious. Do you have, some indicating notion?
A feeling. And also, he'll reach into his pocket, and he'll pull out that coin from the bear that Amalai told him to keep on him. I think this marks me as a target.
I admit I've been feeling fairly anxious myself. I believe it is best we leave as soon as possible.
Is there any way we can foil them?
I have the spell, but it was, not quite prepared at the time, unfortunately.
Damn. Perhaps tomorrow, then. He'll put the coin away and duck out of the tent.
And presumably, Or
If I
need
had
it.
known we would have needed it, I would have prepared something for this. Perhaps I should look into practicing Father's particular talents.
You could always do that thing where you store them in paper.
True. I need the reagents, though, and I've been traveling for quite a while. I've not had the chance to gather them up.
You indeed are on your way.
On the road again. Just
Castus will look to nurse Lucio and Dorn.
So, apart from you leave the fort behind you and begin the slow trudge along what was once, you suspect, a great road, but has now fallen into some disrepair, much like your prospects, in fact. And the cart sort of bumps along, not always managing to avoid the potholes in the road. And the rain lashes down. Those of you who have hoods are eternally grateful for such, and those of you that don't become reacquainted with what a wet net feels like. The sky is quite dark and grey, and it is probably late afternoon, so it will probably not be long until twilight and then night time arrives. There is a slight chilling breeze that blows at your backs. No doubt Alara thinks from the Noman Hills. And after a few hours of not getting very far at all, it is then dark. Do you wish to camp, or will you push on heroically?
Probably have to camp.
Probably wise. If I start the day fresh as well, I can be of much more use.
Let's make camp then.
Alara, to the left of the road is the river that you followed on your way here. And to the right, still some hills, although you notice that landscape's beginning to noticeably flatten out. You suspect perhaps the following day the way ahead will be that much flatter. But for now, you are still amongst some hills and therefore an opportunity to find some natural shelter. No doubt you take advantage of, particularly with your recent collection of tents that you have now acquired, which now you're most grateful for. All you need to do now is try and get dry, of course.
Yes.
And the rain continues to lash down.
I will attempt to set up a tent over the young lordling in the cart.
As you do so, and you're slightly higher by standing in the cart, moving around, you catch a glance off into the horizon, and you notice that looks like the river's leaving the road now. The road's kind of going very much in a east direction, and the river's very much forking to the west. You're able to use the tents and short ropes in an appropriate fashion to lash a practical shelter over the top of the cart.
Probably can't get a fire going in this weather.
I can get a fire going in any weather.
So be it. Astus didn't bring any easy tinder.
Okay.
I just have a flint and tinder. I, like I said, didn't have spark prepared.
You think that potentially if you could
God.
get one of the tents up and you actually start it in there to actually allow the fire to get going, or even if you did it almost like a lean-to, so you actually kind of set the tent up and then kind of pulled up the side, you could then actually shelter.
I could make an explosive rune. That's a very, very roundabout way of making a fire.
I could
Well,
attempt to shock it. I could attempt to shock wood with lightning.
Astus helps with the tent
Right.
and shields the burgeoning fire with his body.
Astus observes that Alara is a perfectionist.
Yeah, very much.
Does Alara wish for the halflings to help?
Alara thinks the halflings are insane,
Yeah.
so probably not.
Oh.
No.
Everyone in Titley watches her as
Everyone in eager anticipation to get some warmth and get dry is watching. You get a fire started, but it is requiring a degree of work to keep it going. But a fire there is.
We should likely keep a watch, just in case.
Styx and Ricky are probably kind of feeling a little bit odd. You're used to the sounds and smells of the big city, and you can smell damp. And you're wet, and you're not warm yet, and you've got no idea where you are.
Oh no, like Ricky has been sobbing for like a good 10 minutes, and Styx is trying to comfort him.
Mordred, that feeling of anxiety has lifted somewhat, although you can't say your present mood is a positive one.
I'm going to definitely prepare some spells of choice tomorrow.
Inside one of the tents, there is a fairly tall but somewhat slight, possibly foppish in appearance gentleman. Wears a hat with a feather out of it. Some of you knew him. He spoke to you. He's the name Tolan. He leaves the shelter that Alara made for Lucia and joins his companion in a tent. The short, well-dressed, if not stained, clothed individual, Julian the Halfling, has gone into said tent to join Tolan and his companion. Alara, you're finding maintaining this fire is heavy weather. It's not you can't do it, but it is requiring ongoing maintenance. Whilst the rather large form of Hastus is shielding it, the rest of you will find it very hard to get much respite from the cold and the rain.
If you'll pardon me, I believe I'm going to get some rest. If I'll try being, I guess, would be the key word.
Hastus will motion for the huddle of cold halflings to take his place as he goes to see what Tolan and Quarrick and Julian are all talking about.
Alara, you're maintaining the fire because without that it will probably go out. Both Styx and Ricky. Ricky's mood is probably improving.
Ricky has went from full on like gross snot running out of his nose sobbing to just like laying there sniffling while like a few tears run down his cheeks.
Okay.
Jesus.
They missed a good life.